Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Cricket Podcast. It's the 7th of November, and Aaron just asked me if Angelo Matthews was out.
Was he out?
I mean, he was given out.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, he was out, but I've seen videos from Angelo Matthews. He DM'd me directly because he's going around, making a round on the internet, and he's given the timing of when he entered to when he actually got the crease. It was actually under 2 minutes. So even technically, he was not out, but he was given out. Was he out for you?
For me, no, it was not out. But for Shakib,
For Shakib, who are we to compare our small cricketing brains to Shakib, who has he's actually kicked wickets. He's taken stumps out. He's thrown a tantrum at the umpire. I'm surprised he hasn't killed an umpire yet. But
yeah. And he just said some very nice words to his colleague, Tamim Iqbal, just before the World Cup as well. So
who retired then unretired, but yes. So that was Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. I think we have to start there.
That was the main thing.
The only highlight of that
game
match was that something happened for the first time in the history of cricket, and unfortunately, that honour has to go to Sri Lanka and Bangladesh.
Otherwise, no one would have noticed that game.
No. I think the umpires, like I said, umpires called Shakib Ur and said, Shakib, can you make a scene? We need more people to watch this game because no one is watching this game. So then he decided to cause this tantrum. Now, for people who are not watching this, what is timed out? What is this rule? Is it a rule?
Yeah, there is a rule. When a batsman gets out, the next batsman has 2 minutes
to get to the crease,
to face the ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is a rule,
but it's never been applied in the entire history of cricket.
I never seen any instance where someone appealed.
Yeah, I think maybe once or twice it's happened. Ganguly versus Smith, India versus South Africa, it happened once. Ganguly was taking a shit and took a long time, and he came out and Smith said, it's fine, don't worry about it.
Because even on the match yesterday, the umpires apparently asked twice Shakib, do you want to call back Matthews?
He said no.
He said no. I want to win this game. I want to qualify for the Champions Trophy.
What a man. That is what I want from my captain. He's like, I'm going to win by hook or by crook. Technically, he won by hook. There's no crook involved. It's technically within the laws of the game, but it's not within the spirit of this game. And the spirit thing, we should quickly mention, cricket is the only sport which has spirit. All the other games are soulless. No spirit involved. It's just rules, and you follow the rules. But in cricket, sometimes you have rules that you want to follow, and sometimes you have tea and you decide, actually, after tea, I don't want to follow this rule.
And Sri Lanka didn't shake hands at the end of the match because it was not in the spirit of the game. But I remember once when Sehwag was on 99, Dilshan will say to Siraj to bowl a no ball so he doesn't get his century.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
India needed, I think, 1 or 2 runs to win. Very easy game. And Dilshan will pass the message to Siraj. Was it Siraj? An off spinner. I think it's Siraj. But, you know me and the names, right? I always get names wrong. Was it Suraj? Yeah, Suraj. Suraj Randev. Now I remember.
Randev, that's right.
So they were not.
By the way, he's not a fast bowler, yeah? Spin bowler.
Spin bowler, yeah. So Sri Lanka talking about spirit of
Sri Lanka have never done man-catting either.
Oh, yeah. No, never.
They're all fully proper team.
Yeah.
Just like Shakib is a proper person, Sri Lanka have never gone on the other side of the law.
No. So, yeah.
So 2 really bottom-tier teams fighting it out and making a meal of it, basically, because they have nothing else to do. Sri Lankan Cricket Board has been fined again for you can enter like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many times. Shambolic World Cup, really, for them.
Very disappointing. Sri Lanka, what a team they were. back in the days.
They were.
They
The
were,
keywords being they were.
What a team. Full of legends, always semi-finals, finals, winning it a couple of times. They were a great team, and it's really sad to see them, perform this way. And even Bangladesh, I was hoping them, they will improve and they will show, a better show. But they were also very disappointing. Yeah. So, both of them, they just playing for the Champions Trophy qualification now.
Well, one of them is playing for it. Sri Lanka are definitely not going to make the Champions Trophy.
Why is that? Because they won more games than Bangladesh. They won 3 games already. So
have they?
Yeah, they won 3 games.
I've got to look this up because
I think Sri Lanka, they are right. It will be between Bangladesh and England and the Netherlands.
So Sri Lanka are actually just below Bangladesh. Bangladesh have 4 points. Sri Lanka have 4 points.
Okay.
Netherlands have 4 points. England have 2 points. Bloody hell. England have 2 points. So, the top 8 qualify for the Champions Trophy. I don't see. Well, yeah, Sri Lanka might drop out and England might prop up, possibly.
Yeah, because Sri Lanka are playing New Zealand next. It's going to be a difficult game for them. So,
They might not win, and they probably won't win.
Mm.
So that was the only thing that happened on Monday here in the UK. Was there was a lot of words going around. Twitter was going crazy. People had all these opinions. What is timed out? What is going on? This is within the rules of the game. This is not. Lots of ex-cricket players coming out and saying, wow, I would never do this in my life. Cricket's a different sport. It's a business. And to be in the business, you've got to make all the right moves. And Shakib made the right move.
I feel he just, took this decision just because of the Champions Trophy qualifications. If there was no Champions Trophy qualification, I think he would have recalled Matthews.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think Shakib's like that. So I don't think he would have called him back. I think he genuinely wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And he did it. And good on him. A lot of people, he's going to get a lot of backlash, maybe backlash in his own country. But ICC really need to sort out the rule book because, quite frankly, if it's in the rules, you can't expect someone to...
It's fine, right? 2 minutes, it's still a lot of time to come in and, face the
No,
first
they're
ball.
playing at this really big ground, 120-meter boundary. He had to go all the way 360 around the ground, and entrance was different. So that's why Angelo Matthews got a little... he's also retired now, so he forgot where to enter from.
Okay.
So...
He was unlucky, to be honest.
It was really unlucky. And, generally rules are there where
when
something is being taken advantage of.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
So man-cadding, where if you're basically on the other side of the crease and you try to take a little bit of an extra step before
It's
the buzz
understandable.
bowled a ball, then yes, you're taking an advantage, right? Fine. But not coming out 2 minutes, 30 seconds later, I don't think you have an advantage.
And just he had also an issue with his helmet as well. So that's why he took a bit more time at the end. Otherwise, he would have been ready,
right? So maybe there's a rule where you can come out late, but then it deducts runs from the team.
Yeah.
Every 30 seconds is 1 run.
I feel 2 minutes is fine, and this incident will just make people a bit aware of this rule. And,
everyone in England in level Division 1, 2, gully cricket, road cricket, village cricket, specifically village cricket, everyone's going to get their Apple Watch out and say, "Hey Siri, can you start the 2-minute timer?"
And you will see some teams being timed out. You will see
the entire team,
not just an individual.
Because, so I think what it's going to do is it's going to highlight the rule, and people in the non-professional world are going to start using this, just like they did with Mancad as well. So, listen, it's part of the game. You got to do it. You got to do whatever it is to win, and you got to be ruthless. And I think Shakib was ruthless.
End of the day, they won the game.
There you go.
Who knows? That could have been the difference.
Champions Trophy, $500,000 extra in their bank. Fantastic.
That could have been the difference. Who knows? Maybe you could have added another 30, 40 runs. And, he won. He took the call. Well done, Shakib.
Well done. We're with you. We're with you on this. Maybe no one else is, but we are. Shall we go back a couple more days and look at the other games that happened at the weekend? Should we start with New Zealand, Pakistan?
Wow, what a game.
How? Not wow, how? Why? Why did DLS do this?
The first reaction I had is why Babar choosing to field again in Bangalore? He did the same thing against Australia. They almost scored 400. And I was thinking, like, why is he doing the same thing? Bangalore is one of the best batting wickets in India. Everyone knows that. But
He's
then,
not been to India, that's why.
Yeah, that's true.
No internet, so you can't hear or see any IPL games. And he wanted his best fast bowler, Ralph, to make he is the highest run scorer that is a bowler in the top 5 of the World Cup top scorers. So normally you have batsmen in the columns, right? So you have Virat Kohli, Quinton de Kock, Rohit Sharma, Rachin Ravindra. One of those names, Harris Ralph, who in his bowling has scored more runs than most batsmen have.
But at the end, DLS came in, the rain, and he proved everyone wrong, and they won the game with Fakhar Zaman just hitting sixes after sixes like everywhere.
Wow, what an underrated player. What a fantastic player. What a timer of the ball. An all-round player that was dropped from the Pakistan team. You can question why. But then you can question pretty much everything in Pakistan cricket.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, good game. Very good game.
Good game?
Yeah, good game.
Do you think they would have chased 400 if the 50 overs were played in full?
When New Zealand scored 400, I thought it's not possible. But then I just looked at the New Zealand bowling attack and then how Fakhar Zaman was playing. I felt, they could have chased that total. They played only with the 4 main bowlers in Trent Boult, Southee, Santner and Sodhi. Mm-hmm. Only two medium pace bowlers. Yeah. And in Bangalore to go with like 4 main bowlers is a big mistake.
You need options.
You need options. And the way Fakhar Zaman was hitting them, he could have made like 250 not out. Yeah.
Do you want to be on the Pakistani YouTube channel? Because that's what you're saying to me. It sounds like...
And Pakistan would have chased this in 45 overs.
Yeah. Listen, I don't think Pakistan would have chased this. Even with the bowlers that they had, it's just not possible. Like, if the full game was to happen, Pakistan would not have reached it because it's a lot of runs and the pressure creeps in and you just don't know. What they did well, and you have to give credit to Pakistan, is that they knew the game. Mm. They knew the weather. Babar might not have known the pitch, but he knew the weather for sure. So he made sure that they were constantly ahead of the DLS rate, and DLS is a game within itself. And for the people who don't know, we've spoken about man-cadding, we've spoken about timed out, DLS.
Don't ask. Because someone need to explain to us first.
Okay, shall we go to ChatGPT and ask what is DLS? Well, okay, tell you what does DLS stand for?
I think Duckworth Lewis.
That's right.
And what's the S stand for?
That's Lewis S.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Fine. You can ask even the ChatGPT. I don't think it will know the answer because it's such
I no chance it would know the answer, right? So what is generally what it means in short for people who don't know, and just like us, because we don't know either, is there is a calculation that is made for the team that is chasing, which is based around what the team that scored the runs, on top of how many overs have been bowled, how many wickets have gone, and that is it. It doesn't take into consideration how well the team has played prior to that game, which Pakistan have lost most of their fucking games. So if Duckworth Lewis was realistic and it took into account what Pakistan played like in the last 4 matches, New Zealand won the game.
Yeah.
Actually, you could say that New Zealand have been playing shit as well. So I don't know what it would have probably cancelled it out. But it is all based on one game. And that one game and the environment within that one game and the rain factor, that is it. It doesn't take into account anything external outside of that one match, right? So you could be Netherlands or you could be England, the worst team in the world right now, playing against India, the best team in the world right now, according to the group table. And England or Netherlands, quite frankly, could quite comfortably win if they're ahead on the rate, because it doesn't matter what your world rank is.
Yeah, it's mathematical calculations. It's a difficult one, but it's there. It's part of the rule, so you can't change that, And Pakistan used it perfectly because don't forget, it's also it's not only the number of runs you score, it's also the number of wickets.
Yes.
So Pakistan did well to not lose wickets as well, during those 25 overs and still scoring at like 8 runs per over. So I was impressed with Pakistan. They have nothing to lose, and when they have nothing to lose, they become even more dangerous team. So
Good on them. Fakhar Zaman, what a player. Kind of given a little bit more impetus to Pakistan and maybe the dreams and hopes of the entire Pakistan nation to be like, we will make the semi-finals, which they won't.
You can never say that. You never know. You never know with Pakistan. They always find a way to break into the semis or quarterfinal. They don't forget they almost were out of the T20 World Cup, but somehow they found themselves in the final. So New Zealand.
Let's not count the chickens until it's done.
So New Zealand look like they will finish fourth with their next match against Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
And Pakistan need to win big against England.
It doesn't matter if New Zealand win, game over, right?
No, they will. If New Zealand win and Pakistan win, it will be on net run rate.
At that point, Pakistan needs to win by a huge amount.
Yeah, that's the problem for Pakistan. Is the net
maybe
run rate.
time out the entire 11 Sri Lankan players to win by a massive amount. Job done.
But if Pakistan win against England and New Zealand somehow lose against Sri Lanka, or the match is rained out, so who never knows, so they still have a small chance to qualify. But if both games happen, I feel New Zealand look like they will finish fourth.
Yeah. India, South Africa, number 1 and 2. What a game.
Yeah, what a boring game. Yeah. I was really looking forward for that game. Number 1 versus number 2, South Africa playing some of their best cricket. And it was very, very disappointing. India played well in the first half, but when they posted like 300 plus,
you knew
it's going to be like a one-sided game.
Yeah. But you didn't know it was going to be that one-sided.
Yeah, not like 80 all out or something.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, yeah.
Are India that good a team? Or are the other teams just playing okay cricket rather than fantastic cricket? I think India are playing fantastic cricket. Like, everyone peaked at the right time. Everyone's performing. Everyone is contributing, fielding better than they ever have, batting and bowling, and everything is going according to plan for India. But are the other teams playing up to standard, or they're just playing okay?
You have to say that. I think even the other teams will accept that India is playing on another level now. They are just, all the players are in form. The batsmen are doing well. The bowlers like taking wickets for fun. All the matches are, finished within 30 overs when they bowl.
I think the crowd wants their money back.
And only Afghanistan or New Zealand, the highest run scored against India was 270 or 280 something. So they're playing really well. So there's a big difference at the moment between India and other teams. We have to say that. Saying that, I just hope they don't have a day off in the semis.
No. Like, 1 or 2 players can have day off. If all 11 have day off, I think there's going to be big problems.
That's the difference between this Indian team and the previous Indian teams.
Well, previous Indian teams only had 2 players anyway.
2 or 3 players, in form.
That's it.
Performing.
Or counting, or like you'd be looking at those players to, like, as your idols and be like, yeah, that's it. That's who we care about. And if they get through, fantastic. Wow.
But this team, everyone contributing, everyone playing well.
Does this Indian team remind you of the 2011 India team, or is it better? And I can split this up in 2 ways because I'll answer the first one. The bowling unit is, I think, 1,000,000 times better than the bowling unit of 2011. Forget about it. Day and night. I think people in India wake up and watch cricket and they want to watch Indians bowl. Back in our day, when we were young, we'd watch Pakistani players like Wasim Akram and Waqar Younis, and we want to see them bowl. We only want to watch India's batting.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to watch India's bowling. It's shit. Whereas now it's completely opposite. People wake up and they want to watch India bowl. Wow. So yes, compared to 2011, day and night. Like, I still can't believe Munaf Patel has a World Cup winning medal.
We have to say that this is the best bowling attack India ever had in ODI cricket.
100%.
Yeah. So the batting has always been good. But yeah, as I mentioned, the big difference is everyone, playing well. Everyone, is in form. That's the biggest difference. You take from the top to the number 7, like everyone contributed. So that's the big difference with this Indian team. And as you say, they might go, undefeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we come to Monday, which was a history-creating month in the history-creating day in the world of cricket because of the timed out that happened, and we discussed that earlier in the podcast, and that's pretty much it. I think apart from that, both those teams are like low division teams. Doesn't really matter where they end up. They both need to go back on the board, look at what they're doing for the next World Cup in the T20s.
Yeah, they just need to, play for the Champions Trophy qualification now.
Yeah.
And it's very surprising, especially Sri Lanka, with the way they are playing. But I just hope they go back and come back as a better team.
Shall we talk about the game of the tournament?
Another game of the tournament by Afghanistan again.
Yeah. So Afghanistan and Australia just finished playing, and what a game. Australia won. Quite comfortably, you could say, towards the end of the game. But they were 74-5 or
90
for 7. There you go, 90 for 7. And they went on to score 220 extra runs without losing a wicket.
With one guy scoring 201 not. And with one leg.
With one leg.
Imagine with 2 legs.
Glenn Maxwell.
Wow.
What a player. He's already scored 140 balls. This feels like it's his tournament.
Yeah, and just before this match, he was injured. He didn't play the last match.
No.
Crazy hitting. If you see some of the shots, it was just full wrists,
Yeah.
He was not even moving. He was just planting his foot and just hitting right and left like some big sixes. I never seen hitting like this before.
No, neither have I. And what a fantastic game to watch. But I think Afghanistan threw this match away. For a team to be 90 for 7 and to lose, it just shows the inexperience you have.
Yeah, inexperience and fielding. They dropped some easy catches.
They've had a good fielding tournament. Like in the tournament, they've had good fielding. It's not like they're fielding from back 4 years ago or even 8 years ago in Australia where it was shocking and their keeper was just totally unfit. They're a really good unit.
Yeah, they're good fielding unit. It just, it's pressure situation when you are, expected to take those catches, when there's a semi-final spot potentially in line.
Yeah.
All these things play in your mind. And I'm sure, those catches, they take it 9 out of 10 easy. So, as you said, inexperience. And I feel unfortunately, they lost a semi-final spot.
Well, they did. They did lose their semi-final spot. It was in their own hands. They could have won this match against Australia and then the match against South Africa. And job's done. They're in the semi-finals playing against India and letting India through to the final easily. Thank you very much. But they're obviously inexperienced team. But I'm very excited because they're a young team. They're going to learn from this. They are going around India and people are treating them fantastically. Sachin is calling them to their house, which is the Wankhede Stadium for people who don't know, his house. And Irfan Patel is calling them to their house and they're getting greeted and treated fantastically. Hospitality has been fantastic for them. And if you put the hospitality aside, they're very young and eager to learn. So whenever they go to these places and they see these players, you damn well make sure they're asking the right questions on how to win. And you can see the mentality switch. Like you said, after the game against England, something has switched.
Yeah, that was the big game. We knew they had talent.
Yeah.
They had talent. there was they're a very, very good team. But somehow they were, lacking that break, that one game, and I feel the win against England, against the world champions, gave them a big boost. And somehow now they just cracked the ODI code,
They have. Definitely cracked the code.
They're playing 50 overs. They're batting properly. They have some good bowlers. They have a really good all-rounder, fast bowling all-rounder in the team now. Good spinners. So yeah, they're looking really, really good. And Gambhir, not long ago, he said he won't be surprised if in the near future, after India, Afghanistan is the second best team in Asia, and that could happen.
I'm thinking that right now. That I was literally about to tell you the same thing. I was going to say that not just in Asia, but I think they could be the second best team in the world.
In white format, in white ball format.
In ODI. Absolutely.
Or even in T20. They have
T20 and ODI, yes, 100%. They can compete at the right level. I wouldn't be surprised if next year in the T20 World Cup, they make the semi-finals quite comfortably. So, yes, what a fantastic team. But it was a one-man show. It was the Glenn Maxwell show again. And it was a Glenn Maxwell / one-leg Glenn Maxwell, half injured, half human. Wow. What a player.
Yeah, and you don't drop catches for a player like him.
Twice.
He just made the difference and destroyed their bowling. That's the difference, right? Like when you play a team like Australia, when you have them 90-7, you make sure you finish in at 110 or 120.
120. Otherwise, you're going to keep on building the pressure on your own self, right? So it leaves us in an interesting place because Australia have now qualified, guaranteed qualified to the semi-finals.
Yeah.
Either as the second best team or the third best team, leaving one spot open. And you think it's New Zealand that's going to make this spot?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be New Zealand, unless some magic happens and somehow Pakistan come in. But yeah, it looks like it will be New Zealand.
Should we look to the semi-final? Should we look forward to the first semi-final? South Africa versus Australia?
It's happening in Kolkata.
Yeah.
Not an easy wicket.
Lowest scoring wicket in terms of the entire World Cup. India had just played South Africa there. So, you know what the conditions are going to be like. Who's going to win for you?
I feel the team winning the toss is going to win the match.
You're like an old school commentator. Doesn't want to make a decision. Come on, man.
No. Why I'm saying that is, you saw the wicket the other day, right? So
yeah.
it's and South Africa, they're really, really bad chasing. Australia as well. Even though they chased 290 today, they were 90-7, and against a good team, when you're 90-7, they're not going to, drop easy catches or anything. So, and just because of the nature of the two teams and the nature of the wicket, I think the toss is going to be a big factor. So whoever wins the toss will bat first, I'm sure. And it's going to be...
whoever bats first wins the game.
Yeah, that's what I feel, yeah. I just hope South Africa win the match.
Okay, so this is what I'm getting to. Who do you want South Africa to get
I want South Africa to win. So it's going to be a new team coming to the final for the first time. Australia won it like 5 times already. So yeah.
Okay. I don't think South Africa are going to make it. After seeing them in the last game, they scored less than 90-7. So they were less than 90 all out. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and whenever Australia comes to the knockout stage, they just look at different
animal, right? So Australia have grown and grown and grown as the World Cup has gone on, and I can't see them not making the World Cup final.
I just hope South Africa, bring their best game on the semis.
So we're split on this. I think Australia are going to quite comfortably make it, and Aaron here thinks South Africa are going to be the...
Yeah, I'm for South Africa.
Right, shall we talk about the second semi-final? India versus New Zealand.
Or Pakistan. So let's talk about...
Shall we do India versus New Zealand, the one that's more likely to happen? Who's going to win that match in Mumbai?
In Mumbai, India should win that match unless they have an off day.
Regardless of they win the toss, lose the toss, bat first, bat second, don't bat, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I feel the way they're playing, when you look at the team, the confidence, and they should win the match. Unless they play really, really bad, which, I don't think, the way they're playing so far.
No, if Rohit doesn't get you, Gill will. If Gill doesn't get you, Kohli will. If Kohli doesn't get you, Shreyas, wow, come back. He's annoyed with people asking about bouncer questions, but if he doesn't, KL Rahul will. And if all 5 of them don't, India are losing. So I agree. I don't see past India. India going to make it to the final, and even if New Zealand, who are struggling with their bowling unit, even if their best bowler, Ferguson, comes back into the unit, that will cause some problems to the Indians. But he's the only bowler I see causing problems to the Indians in India. No one else will match up to probably their best bowler, who is Ferguson, in my opinion, for New Zealand in this World Cup. So at least a World Cup in India, right? So yeah, his moustache gives him an extra 5 kilometers an hour in the speed.
They beat them in the group stage as well, so which will give them confidence.
Because they haven't done that for a long time.
Yeah, so this will be, a good game. It will be a repeat of the 2019 semi-final.
Yeah.
And hopefully India
different result.
Different
result. And
if Pakistan comes,
yes,
that's going to be a difficult challenge for India.
I think India playing Pakistan in the semi-final is going to be tougher. And quite frankly, as an Indian fan, I don't want Pakistan to make the semi-final because it'll be tougher for my team.
It will be. They will be, a very
different
similar
unit, right?
Very similar to Australia. When they come to knockout stage, they are a different unit. They kind of on the rise at the moment.
Oh, absolutely, they're on the rise.
So,
they're 100% on the rise, which is what you'd expect.
It will be more pressure for India because no one expected Pakistan to come to the semi. So it will be a good result for them. Semis.
Yeah.
But everyone is.
Can you imagine Pakistan playing a final in India? I can't.
It's going to be crazy.
It's not going to happen. Surely it's not going to happen.
But maybe as a Indian cricket fan, you don't want that to happen because you want your team to go to the final.
Of course, I don't care if India. I would love India to play Netherlands as the final. Finish, job done. Let's go home.
But as a cricket fan, you just want the best team to go. Well,
in that case, Pakistan is not the best team. So let's just forget about them.
Yeah, but at the same time, when you even though you win in the group stages, if you're the best team, you have to win the knockout matches. I agree with you. Like India has been the best team so far.
Yeah,
but they have to show that in the semi-finals.
You do have to show that.
So there's no point winning all your group matches, and then losing the
semi-final. No.
What's the point? So if you want to be the best team, win the knockout.
Yeah, you got to win. You got to win every single match, right? So
if Pakistan play against India, win in the semi-final, well done to them, and that would be a great story.
Riots in India are going to break out if that happens. So let's not go there. So there we go. India are going to make it to the final, and Australia are going to make it to the final. Sorry, South Africa and South African fans. India are going to win the final, right?
They should win the final.
It's in Ahmedabad.
This is the best chance they have
ever.
And if you take the history as well, the last 2 World Cups, the host won. So
I was thinking. So 2015, Australia won. 2019,
New Zealand won. No,
we're rewriting some history here.
England won. Yeah,
England won. 2011,
it was India. Yeah. So the last 3.
2007.
No, that was
Australia and West Indies.
Australia and West Indies.
Okay, fine. Let's forget about
the last 3. Yeah,
the last 3 have been won by the host nation. Let's hope that continues at least for one more round. It'll be unlucky. So I think.
But the way India are playing, they deserve to win.
Agreed. I 100% agree with you. I could not agree more with what you're saying.
Yeah, and talking about World Cup champions, should we wrap up with England?
They are the current world champions.
Yeah.
I don't know when they have to give the trophy back. Is it at the beginning of the tournament? Or they say, you know what, we might be there later on. Keep it for us.
Or maybe they think they still have chances to qualify for the semis.
They have chances to qualify to be the 9th best team in the world. England have been shambolic from the get-go of the World Cup. I think more so than anyone ever expected them to be. Everyone expected England to do well. Maybe some people expected England to not make the semi-finals, but be 5th or 6th. But to be 10th and winning one game out of the number of games that we've had, only one more game to go, it is mind-blowing.
It's unbelievable.
And I just want to talk about the contracts that have just been given out as well. England Cricket Board have just given out contracts.
Great timing.
In the middle of the World Cup. And some players, like David Willey, have not got a contract. And he's your best bowler in the World Cup right now. He's like, and he's come out and on YouTube, he's like, I'm pissed off. I'm not playing for England.
He should be. Yeah, the timing was a bit bizarre. So far, Rob Key's administration has been quite good. But
do you think?
But this is the first time they
made a fiasco like this.
Out of this. So very disappointing from England. Most of the pundits and cricket fans, they thought they will be in the semis.
Shahid Afridi thought Pakistan and England were going to play the final match. And Pakistan was going to win.
So it's very disappointing for all the English cricket fans to see them like 9th. You expect them to lose few matches, but not like finish 9th or 10th.
10th, bottom of the table, bottom of the barrel. It's
Are
embarrassing.
They going to qualify for the Champions Trophy or not?
I mean, if they win and Sri Lanka lose against New Zealand, which they will, they probably will make the Champions Trophy. But you probably, as an England fan, don't want them to make the Champions Trophy because they'll embarrass you again. But it's 2 years to go. They're going to have a brand new team. Like, if we look forward to the next 50 over World Cup, 7 or 8 of the players are not going to be there, right? They're all old. Moeen Ali's come out and said we played shit in the World Cup himself, his own words. Do you think England have the players to play at that level again?
They got a good white ball setup. I feel they still have some very, very good white ball players waiting, but I think we should just accept that the best era of English white ball cricket had just ended.
You'll get comments saying 4 years is not an era. But let me just interrupt here and tell you 4 years is definitely... You could call Australian world domination of cricket an era. You cannot call England winning the World Cup.
It was more than 4 years. They started, 2016 to 2000... until this World Cup. So so still it's 7 years. So which is...
Fine, there you go. Shall we? I want to give some credit where credit's due and talk about Owen Morgan. A lot of people in England constantly talk about Ben Stokes and Joe Root and Joss Butler. I don't think Owen Morgan got the credit that he deserves. And the more people look back now to what he has achieved with the English cricket team, he will now be regarded as probably one of the best English cricket captains to have ever played the game. 2 World Cups, different types of World Cups, and bringing the winning mentality to the English cricket team, telling the selectors to fuck off and not picking probably their best opener in Alex Hales because of whatever issues happened off field, sticking with the team he wanted and just going with it. Wow. What a cricketing brain. And now having to work with Sky Sports, like all other ex-England cricketers, he should be playing the World Cup.
Yeah, he's been underrated, but I feel they still regard him as one of the best captain.
More so now. I think after seeing this performance, they should be like, bloody hell,
Yeah, he must be, because it's something he built. So
he's sad. You can see him when you watch him on Sky Sports. He himself is so sad. His best friend, Joss Butler, is captaining a side which is rock bottom. Is difficult to see.
I think that's more of his comments come from that point of view where he sees something he built and which has been so successful, and now when he see them losing and not playing as England used to play. They're playing a different brand of cricket.
They're not even playing the Test brand of cricket.
Yeah.
Just I don't know.
So I don't know. So this feels like pre-2015 England team. It's
more talented than the pre-2015 team.
yeah.
Sure.
But the way they're playing.
Yes. Do you see McCullum becoming like an all round coach for the English
No,
team?
I think there's no chance because he wants still to be involved with the T20 franchise cricket and etc. So I think when he signed the contract, it was only for the test. I don't see.
What a boss! What a boss! He's back home in New Zealand right now watching the World Cup, and what a fantastic player and manager. Now.
Look, at this level, at some point, right, you can have whatever coach you want. At the end of the day, it's the players, right?
Do you want me to throw a name out there for you for the English cricket team
Go
to
on.
be the ODI coach? Dinesh Karthik.
He spent so much time in England now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's already here. He's working with the Sky Sports team. He's good friends with Rob Key, right? He makes some absolutely incredibly ludicrous comments out on the internet. Why not? Why not go for something different? Why don't England hire an Indian? Why don't they get Ravi Shastri?
I feel
Or is it more an Indian coach can never be an outside coach? Is that a thing?
no, I don't think so. I think most of the Indian coaches, they want to work with the Indian
best team in the world.
with the Indian team. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's a coaching issue that the England are suddenly playing badly. The same team almost a year ago won the T20 World Cup with the same setup, same coach and everything.
Yes.
So, I feel this is just a blip, and they will come back, but they won't be the dominant England white ball side. They will be one of the good sides, I feel, but not the dominant side.
Well, there you have it. That's England, rock bottom of the table. And what a sad way to end the podcast. If you don't hear from us again, we are very happy that India have won the third World Cup. Is that right?
Yeah, third one.
I don't care that they won the T20. It's different. Don't count them the same.
It's 3 stars.
Oh, God. Yes. 3 stars on the... I'll then buy the T-shirt. I'll spend £100 after we get that third World Cup. So congratulations, India, on winning the World Cup.
Wow. You're very positive.
Positive. It's not positivity. This is what's going to happen. Do you not think so?
I hope so. But just, like other Indian cricket fans, I'm a bit worried about the semis just because of our history.
Past.
Yeah. So, I just hope they don't have any day off in the knockout matches.
No, they won't. And if they do, we'll have to re-record this part. So that was us. That was me and Arun, the 7th of November, just before the semi-finals get started next week of the Cricket World Cup. I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you.